As we all know, the Summer League has been special thus far, with the California Classic starting in the Golden State Warriors' new arena at Chase Center. And then this weekend in Vegas, we had a jam-packed weekend full of entertainment from some of the league's youngest stars that are the future. The NBA Summer League in Las Vegas has already been full of memorable moments from the past years, when we remember seeing the Lakers with Lonzo Ball, he going crazy in the Summer League. I believe the Lakers the year after that might have been the same year. I can't quite remember too well, but they won the Summer League championship. This year, if you guys didn't know, the Summer League champions, they're getting a ring this year. As you can see on the screen right now, the ring is really dope. It looks nice as hell. But we're not here to talk about that. I am here to talk about some of the top performers that we saw in this Summer League. I'm gonna do a couple videos on this because I kind of want to group a chunk of guys that I think are good to group together, if that makes sense. The same way you would keep certain superstars on certain tiers, like LeBron, Steph, those guys are on one tier, and then you got Jimmy Butler and whoever else on the next tier. I want to do that here, but the only difference is it is not today's superstars, it is the superstars of the future that I believe will make a difference in the next 5 to 6 years to come, and some even the next 2-3 years for some of their teams. But before we get into that, I do want to appreciate it and take the thanks to you guys for going ahead and liking that video already. And if you're not new, hit that subscribe button. A lot of you guys who watch my videos are not subscribers, and I would appreciate to have you guys here more. And if there's more of you guys here, there's more of you to talk with in the comments and everywhere else. So without further ado, let's get into it. Like I said before, the NBA Summer League has already been full with memorable moments, and it's become a thing where people kind of expect it after the draft rolls around, and we have that couple little period of media stuff for the rookies and things like that right before Summer League. It tends to be highly anticipated, especially with the talent that's coming through the draft with these last couple of years. Three guys that I really enjoy watching in college, and it's translating into the Summer League, is Chet Holmgren, Paolo Banchero, and Jabari Smith, all three of which they delivered impressive performances this Saturday, and they helped their respective teams earn a victory in day 3 of the action on Las Vegas. Now, I want to look into what I think about these three players and what I believe their future kind of holds. Now, it's too early to tell, and I'm not one of those guys that likes to speculate on ceiling and floors. I just like to talk about what I saw and what I think the player could be. Starting out with Paolo Banchero, man, as a North Carolina fan, it's tough to say, but I might become a fan of another Dookie. As you guys know, Jason Tatum is my favorite player right now. Paolo Banchero looks like he might become that guy. In day 3, they played the Kings in double overtime. This was an action-packed game that was full of fun. Truth be told, the Magic should have closed the game out, but they allowed 2 late threes that give the Kings the opportunity to tie the ball game. But in double overtime, of course, it is a sudden death, and the Magic, of course, scored first. Banchero finished with 23 points, 6 rebounds, 6 assists, 4 steals, and 2 blocks. He made 6 of 15 from the field, and he made 11 from 15 from free throws. And the only attempt that he took from 3, he did end up missing. Now, already adding to his impressive performance, the Duke superstar notched a game-winning block and an assist to lift them over the Kings. Banchero's continued success did buzz all across Twitter. I did see people talking about it in that game. Keegan Murray in that game also was very exceptional, but like I said, I kind of want to group guys with different guys, so he won't be talked about too much in this video, but I do want to give my flowers. I don't want to make it seem like Paolo was dominating the game when that's not what was happening. Him and Keegan Murray were going back and forth and went to double overtime for a reason, so the Kings were fighting. Now, we saw so much from Banchero that I'm under the assumption, and as of today of this video, we don't know anything, but I believe the Magic will end up sitting him. He's honestly too good for Summer League. That's truthfully my take on it. Most times I don't believe that way. The way I feel about Summer League is that young guys in their first and second year, no matter if they won Rookie of the Year or not, they should be playing Summer League. Now, there are some guys that you do know will be perennial talents. You got to protect them from getting hurt. But the kind of guys like a Josh Christopher, I love seeing guys like him out there playing, still getting better, because I don't think he was quite ready for the NBA level. But I think with a couple more years of development, he's one of those guys that can be a pretty good role player coming off the bench. The Magic are going to not only sit him, but I think they should sit him. That says a lot about Paolo, and him being a #1 overall pick, he's proved it thus far. Thus far, my initial eye test with Banchero, truthfully, his court vision is amazing. He did have some troubles with turnovers, but there were turnovers where he can work on and get better at. What I mean by that is he would dribble to a certain area, He thinks a player is open, but as soon as he picks up his dribble, they're either not open or he's stuck in the air and there's nothing he could do. He has to throw either an aired pass, up, down. Either way, it's more than likely going to become a turnover, but he is looking to pass the ball. Again, that goes into my next point. He's a very enthusiastic playmaker. He's trying to pass the ball and get his teammates involved. He reminds me of what LeBron type of play style would be. He could do what he wants when it comes to scoring, but he really wants to pass the ball first. Now, the only thing that I think he needs to work on and will develop, because again, he is young, his three-point shooting is okay, but he's one of those players that you could tell he just needs a couple more reps from the NBA 3 and honing in on his shot a little bit more, and he'll be good to go. Now, prior to Jaden Ivey getting hurt in the Wizards game, he was playing pretty well in the Summer League. I believe they're going to pull him from the Summer League because of the fact that he got hurt. But in his first 5 minutes, he did score 11 points. So that already tells you what we could have been seeing. There's not too much you can say about Jaden Ivey because he did get hurt in the Summer League game. However, I will mention he did show good flashes of things he could do in the future. Again, I already told you guys in 5 minutes, he did score 11 points and he was still playing even after he rolled his ankle. So this is the guy that I think we should be watching for. His first Summer League game, he did finish with 20.6 assists and 6 rebounds. He's promising. And another thing that I had to remind myself all the time when I see Detroit, they got a pretty young team and with talent. And I actually like Detroit. I normally shit on them as a team, but I like Detroit this year. Cade Cunningham is coming back. They do have what's that light skin, Killian Hayes. Isaiah Stewart is still there. I have to remind myself all the time, Isaiah Stewart is what, 19, 20? So team's really young. They're gonna be good. I like their pick with Jaden Ivey, and yeah, that's gonna be a dope team to watch coming soon. Now, the battle of the number 2 and the number 3 picks with Chet Holmgren and Jabari Smith Jr. The Rockets ended up defeating Holmgren's Thunder 90-88 on Saturday. The number 2 and number 3 picks, they did great in their outings for their respective teams. Holmgren finished with 12 points, 8 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 steals, and 4 blocks. However, he only shot 30% from the field, shooting an abysmal 3 for 10. The only attempt he took from 3 was missed as well. Jabari Smith, meanwhile, he finished with 12 points, 9 rebounds, 1 assist, 4 steals, and 3 blocks for the Rockets. He made just 5 for 19, which is okay, and 2 for 9 from deep. While it was more of an on-off kind of night where they feel it at one point, then they don't feel it the next. Both of them were playing well on the defensive end, and that's the side I was more so paying attention to because both of these players, I personally believe that they weren't looked at for their defense by any means of the imagination. Now, Chet Holmgren, he was looked at as a rim protector, but how serious were we taking Chet Holmgren being a rim protector with regards to the NBA level, where players are bigger, they can get their shoulder into you, create contact, and knock you off your feet? The same way we saw with Kenny Lofton Jr. Kenny Lofton Jr. is only 6'6", but he bullied Chet Holmgren by getting his body and his weight into him, and Chet wasn't strong enough for that. So I will say, in this performance, Chet showed me that he can be a promising rim protector, and right now he's at 195. Now, when he gets to the 215, 220 range, I think he'll be a pretty good defender, put some muscle on him, and he'll end up being a shining star in this league. I already know that with Chet. Now, I will say Paolo is going to be the best of this draft class, in my opinion, but Chet will be a very close second. It's unfortunate because when we get drafts like this, the two players are always closely related to each other and compared to each other. We see the same thing with Trae Young and Luka Doncic right now, so it's unfortunate, but either way, he is going to be a star in this league. Again, both Holmgren and Jabari Smith, they've played well throughout this summer league, and it's clear both players will likely become cornerstones for their respective franchises moving forward, both offensively and after this weekend, defensively as well. I appreciate you guys for tuning in, talking about summer league, talking about basketball, talking about any and everything with me. If you're still tuning into Summer League, go ahead and hit the comments below. Hit a year in the comments for me. And if you're not new, you already know what to do. Hit the thumbs up. Who are you looking most forward to? Who have you been watching that's been on your radar in the Summer League that you're watching? And also, who on your team, if your team really has anyone in the Summer League that you're watching for? For me, it's Scottie Pippen Jr. with the Lakers. But until next time, it is your boy TB with the greatest hoop stories on the tube. And I'm out. Hey. Peace. I ain't gonna lie to y'all, bro. That was a good video. That was a good video. It's probably underrated, but it's a good video. Fuck with that one. For sure. Ooh, Trey ball. Y'all see that in the back? I don't think y'all understand, bro. I really be watching highlights. No, I don't watch highlights. I'll really be watching games. Like, we're sitting here at work and I'm just watching basketball all day. Like, I don't put this on just for the video. I be watching this shit, bro. I really be watching this. But all right, y'all. I'ma see y'all. It's been real. You heard.